Welcome back to the fourth quarter of the Bobby Dupre Show and my sidekick, Andrew.
Good morning.
We've got to really, every week we say the same thing. We've got to run through because we have a lot of good things to talk about. And we'll start off by letting
Some
you
good sponsors.
Finish up our sponsors.
All right. How about we talk about Torgill? Torgill here in Opelousas, and they've got all kind of great things from your seasonings, your butcher supplies, your cutlery, and your kitchen supplies as well. You can go by there and get everything you need if you're a home cook, if you're a caterer, if you're a grocery store, if you're a restaurant. They've got all the things that you need, all the rice pots and rice cookers, knives that you might need. If you're looking for seasoning supplies, if you make your own seasoning blends, if you want them to come up with a blend for you, they'll even label it for your store. You know, your store may put together some seasoning. You've done it by hand, your business is growing, you'd like them to do it, they'll package it, they'll get all the labeling for you. Some people use it for fundraisers, also just for fun things like family reunions and those type of events. Go by Torgill and Torgill.com. And we've got one last sponsor. Let's go to Quarters Casino right here just north of Opelousas at the Quarters. You can enjoy that great Mexican authentic food in El Pico de Gallo, their Mexican restaurant and cantina, and you can get 2-for-1 margaritas with your meal. You can go inside for a little bit of gaming as well, try your luck on the machines. They've got the whole travel plaza there with great Chevron fuel, easy to get in, easy to get out from diesel and gasoline. They've got Subway sandwiches inside and crispy, crunchy fried chicken and all the convenience store things you need. Huge bunch of coolers if you're looking for all type of different adult libations to just your drinks for the kids. Go by the Quarters and Travel Plaza.
The 6th. When was the 6th? That would have been Monday?
I think so.
I was at the Palace Cafe and...
Sunday, huh?
Sunday?
Yeah.
No, not Sunday.
Right.
No, it can't be
right.
right.
It must be the 5th.
It must be
Saturday.
the 5th. Must have been Saturday.
Got it.
Well, anyhow.
Anyway, one day.
I told longtime friends Lee and Maggie Alfan hello when I walked in, and we had lunch and all, and they were finishing up, and they called me over to the table, and they handed me a $100 bill for the Santa breakfast, another $100 bill for the Santa breakfast, and we certainly want to thank Lee and Maggie for thinking about us, and also we want to thank the people who are sending in money right now. We're now a little over 45,000, and if you all will come up with that extra 2,500, get me to 47.5, I'll put up that 5,000, and I'm looking forward to it.
That's 2 for 1. I mean, literally, if you can come up with 2,500, he comes up with 5,000. That's 2 for 1.
That's what you could call. That's how they refer to it.
Oh yeah, matching.
In all these contests, and we got a copy of our first Santa breakfast invitation, and please join us for breakfast with Santa. And this was given to both you and I, a copy by Dirk Boudreau with Imperial here in Opelousas, and they had printed the first copy. We called on a lot of people to do
we didn't have
assist us, and this is one of the cases.
We didn't
here.
have a color printer, so we got Dirk and them to do the printing the first year to get those letters out.
But we're still using Indian Hills Country Club, and we're still using the Wednesday, very, very similar. And at that time, we used the United Cerebral Palsy.
That was kind of the umbrella thing. But it's all the Opelousas Area Cerebral Palsy Clinic.
That's correct. And we still need at least $2,500
so if you can help us, P.O. Box 70, Opelousas, Louisiana, 70570. Make your check out, Breakfast with Santa, and we can get it to the right folks. 70571, excuse me, for the zip code for the P.O. Box. And I got a nice note again. The Hargruda Vidream family reunion is coming up February 16th. I know we're a month away, but I want to remind everybody. You can go to Facebook, go to Cajun Prairie, a family reunion, and you can call Miss Mardell Sibley, 692-0429 for more info.
The ex-governor, and of course we're talking about former Governor Edwin Edwards, and his wife Tina Scott Edwards have announced recently that they're going to be part of one of these reality shows on one of the major stations, A&E Network, which is a long, well-established group. And I just hope that it's not to make fun of the Edwin Edwards family. You know, a lot of these are kind of, they're making us look kind of Cajun, but poor and backwards type Cajuns. Not all, but some of them. And I don't think Governor Edwards would allow that to happen to himself and his family. But you know, these people, they put that carrot out there, and that carrot meaning money. Of course, I think the governor is, you know, pretty well fixed.
He got a couple of dollars, I would think.
He got a couple of dollars. Hopefully he does. He deserves it. And
there's a rumor that maybe they're expecting
that's what
a new Edwards in the family.
That's what I wanted to ask you.
That's what I've heard.
She has a couple of children, and he's got...
so they got hers and they got mine. Now they're going to have ours.
Yep. I think you've experienced a little of that.
No,
yeah.
It works just fine.
Well, that's good. And anyhow, just I know a lot of you have heard this, but just wanted to mention, and of course, he helped me very much with just a simple appointment to a board in 1972, and I've been on a board that I was named from serving on that board. I got onto another board since either 72 or 73, and I'm still on that particular board, the auto insurance plan. Right. So that's quite a
long run.
A record and an honor.
Longer than Winford Sabile at that point.
Yeah, a little bit longer than Winford. What about this picture here? Peace on earth.
and it's pieces of guns.
He's got all kind of pieces of guns. And he's the president of NRA. They are really going to have a knockout, drag out. We've never got into that issue here. Probably it can be fine-tuned. I don't think anybody wants weapons to be completely banned. I don't think anybody's looking for that. Possibly some of these high-powered rifles, automatics, where you can slip in maybe 100 shells at a time on a clip. That could possibly see some changes to that, but it's not an easy issue to talk, so Bobby, keep quiet as of right now.
A lot of friends that hunt.
Yes, right. And they haven't used those for hunting yet, I don't guess. Not locally.
Well, they target practice with those.
Okay, all right,
competitive,
that's good. We're gonna leave it. A good camel, and this is a good little faithful believer is like a good camel, getting down on bended knees and taking the heavy load without complaint.
That's pretty good.
Pretty darn good. I like that. I saved it. And
how about our friend Mr. Buckwheat Zydeco, Stanley Durrell Jr. I understand is going under cancer treatment right now.
And he's very, very upbeat about it. He says he'll be back during the year, back on the tours. You know, he tours a lot.
He was an incredible keyboard player in his own right, and then Clifton asked him to join his band, and it kind of shocked people because he was known more for funk, is what they call that in the 70s. He was more of an R&B type guy, and when he and Clifton came together, I mean, it really put an extra oomph in Clifton's
You know,
music.
I've been fortunate. I've personally met, and I have some pictures with several of the Zydeco musicians, and have never actually been in the company of Buckwheat that I know of, and that's kind of strange. Even when I attended for a number of years the Zydeco Festival in Plaisance over there, I don't recall of having the opportunity, but I will try to.
If you saw Clifton playing at that time, he would have been in the band, but he wouldn't have been that name that a lot of people would have recognized. It might have been focused on Clifton.
By then, I don't even remember meeting Clifton over there.
Oh, yeah.
I guess he was there. Nanny's Candy Company, original Southern style, and let me tell you,
it's empty, so it must be good, whatever it was. What was it?
Popcorn ball. I hadn't eaten a popcorn ball in 25 plus years, I would imagine. I don't recall it. Maybe when Megan or Kelly was small, maybe they talked me into trying one. But all I have left is the bag and the name of it.
So it must have been all right.
It's right downtown, right on the main University Drive in Carencro. Nanny's Candy Company. And I want to say that this is Don Stemmon's possibly nephew.
Oh, really?
It's a relationship. And I passed it up and didn't get a picture of it Sunday. I did a bad job Sunday of taking pictures. Could have taken Murray Conk from Carencro area, and then I could have taken a picture of Nanny's Candy Company, and didn't do that either. But let me tell you, when you're going to see those, that was purchased. I was getting some gas over at the ShopRite Tobacco Plus downtown Opelousas, and I went in to get my receipt. The receipt wasn't coming out, so I walked on in, and I saw that basket, and I just couldn't pass it up. I went and used the bathroom, and I came on back, and I said, wait a while, I got to put one of these up on the counter.
You keep those receipts with your credit cards. Keep that documented.
Documented, that is correct. But anyhow, another good product, and they make praline candies that are just out of
I've had their pralines.
They're pralines too. So let me not, it's not just this particular item.
When I was a little boy, Mama would make those balls, and she'd also take the popcorn and she'd melt sugar, and she'd pour sugar on popcorn. So we'd either get the balls or the sugar popcorn. Man, you talk about what's good.
It says right here what you think. Guns are not the problem, warped mind and people are. Oh, I should have closed that little conversation with that, but that is correct. Certainly is. The council is debating different items of how they can possibly raise some money and for the roads, and the roads definitely need the work. And they're even considering a sales tax of some amount. The state limit is 10 cents.
Yeah, I think in Opelousas we're almost there already.
We're 9 point something. Yeah. So we're kind of out of that, but they can go to the legislature, I'm sure, and pass, but that would be difficult to pass. So let's hope they can come up with something, because we do need something.
Need some more fixed rules, for sure.
And I think that would maybe get all of the council and the parish presidents group all working together, and we need to work together. They're also looking for applicants. The council is seeking applicants for tourism, port commissions, and other boards that are up for renewal. So if you're interested in any of those, you can contact the office there, and they'll give you the way to either get your application on your computer or go up to the courthouse and pick one up in person.
Very good. And I want to thank the Clerk of Court's office. I brought Austin by, my little girl, to get her passport this past week, and they were very nice and very kind at the Opelousas Clerk of Court's office. If you need to get passports, you don't have to go to New Orleans and all that. You can go in person, get all your stuff taken care of in a week or two. If you like, they can send you the passport that fast. So.
Our friends over in Orneville, the Knott family, who own Bayou Teche Brewing, have come up with a new brew that is going to be offered just during the Mardi Gras time.
A carnival brew, Courier de Mardi Gras beer.
That's correct. And
down to the end.
This time of the program says we need to remind you and ask you to consider attending the church of your choice this weekend, and also receive this prayer from my longtime friend, Mr. Kelly Lejeune, one night when we were having dinner over at Larry Leger's party. And it's an old Irish prayer. May the Lord walk with us today. May He be in front of us to guide us, behind us to guard us, above us to bless us, with us to sustain us. Thank you for viewing. Thank you, Andrew, for your help.
Thank you.
You're watching KDCG TV, uniquely Acadiana.